Muting.
Hey guys, this is Skylar. I am completely blind. I am autistic and I have a chronic heart condition. Because it's Christmas, I feel like it's fitting for me to discuss this topic, and it's also relevant because it happened recently. And if you have any doubts about the stories that I'm going to bring up, look them up, please. Okay? Okay. There's some stories kind of backing up to this story and concerning this story. So let's just start at the beginning. Alright, so it's ever since 2002, when I was 11, I had a bad association with Santa Claus because one day I asked him for a specific bread that I wanted. It was rusk bread, and it was back then it was by Gerber, and it was before they discontinued it, and I didn't get any because Santa could not read Braille. So yeah, so I had a bad association with Santa ever since 2002 because that's when that happened. Okay, and like anytime anybody would mention Santa, I would get mad because of the whole, not getting my rusk bread for Christmas thing. So, ever since 2002, I've had a bad association with Santa because of the story I just told you. Well, recently, as in earlier this week, I started having a good association with Santa, and here's why. If you break down Santa and look up the origins, he originated from a real person named Saint Nicholas, who would ring people's doorbells and leave them presents and run off the porch before people could see him, because he wanted to be kind of anonymous. The Dutch made an imaginary figure out of him, Sinterklaas. Okay, Sinterklaas had Sinterklaas's helpers were named zwarte piet. Zwart means black in Dutch. So black Pete. And they had curly hair and red lips. Okay. The reason that I now have a good association with Santa Claus is because of the whole zwarte Piet thing. You see, Dutch and German are very similar. Not the same, but similar. So the zwart part of zwarte Piet, zwart means black. It's Z-W-A-R-T, and it means black in Dutch. That word is very similar to the German schwarz, S-C-H-W-A-R-Z. Schwarz means black in German. And schwarz is one of my favorite words. So zwart, which is the Dutch black, is very similar to schwarz, which is the German word for black. So when I think of zwarte Piet, I think of schwarz, which is the German word for black. The Dutch and German words for black, zwart, Dutch, and schwarz, German, sound very, very similar. Not the same, but similar. So that's why I now have a positive association with Santa Claus, or Sinterklaas as the Dutch call them, because of the zwarte Piet. The zwart reminds me of the German schwarz, which means black and is very similar to the Dutch. Also, the etymology between those two words it fits, because here in the English language we have a word that's kind of like that. It kind of means the same thing too. It's swart, S-W-A-R-T, and it kind of means having like a black skin complexion, and that's where we get the word swarthy from. And it also is related to the German schwarz and the Yiddish schvartze as well. So they are all related. There is a common um, there is a common etymological string connecting all of those words that I just mentioned, zwart, schwarz, and swart, which is the English. It's a very rare word, which is also related to schwartze, which is the Yiddish equivalent, all meaning the same or similar things. So, yeah. Nowadays, when I think of Santa, I think of zwarte piet. I actually tried to find me a zwarte piet playset because Playmobil used to make one. But just my luck, just Skylar's luck, it was out of stock. So, yeah, definitely won't be getting that. Anyways, hopefully you enjoy this video, and if you're watching it like now, Merry Christmas and God bless. And if you're watching it any other day of the year, God bless.